George Dickson. Is your
Dickson?
Yeah, George. Hello, James
George?
Dickson. Hello, James Dickson.
Oh, okay. I was going to really call my brother. I thought it was for him. No, George, it's for me. Glendora, good morning.
Good morning, James Dickson in Manhattan. Is it fun to be an actor?
No, I enjoy being an actor, but no, we're not working. No, well, not being, I guess not doing what you want to do.
And how did you make up your mind that you were going to come from Louisville and to Manhattan and become an actor?
Well, I sort of became interested in acting during my high school years and, reading about other actors, Sidney Poitier, one of my idols, and, other, I guess, performers, actors. It's like the majority of them was either Los Angeles or New York. And New York sounded more my speed. So I thought, I got a training there, and I wanted to become a quality, decent actor. And you think about Los Angeles, think about the Hollywood, shallow, kind of thing. So anyway, I thought, New York would be a better choice for me.
Oh, okay. Could you talk a little louder, George?
Sure.
Oh, good. And talk up a little more. So you did plays in high school? I called him George.
No, really. I became interested.
It's James.
I was
James.
always into movies and TV ever since I was a boy. And, I became very impressed with a lot of the leading actors, kind of was their life. And then when I started reading about in high school, a lot of them, their background and whatnot, and they're actually trained actors, not just the way they, appeared on TV. Then, I sort of thought, that's the life for me.
Did you have to go to school for it?
Oh, sure, yeah. Some people are natural actors, I think, it was, from the time I decided to be an actor, I think it was like 18 when I decided to, pursue acting. But I was maybe like 42 before I did my first play.
Is that so? 18 to 42?
Huh? When I was 22, I did my first play.
Oh, when you were 22, you did your first plays.
Yeah. I've been in, numerous, like, workshops and classes, because I thought you could just get up and do it, and of course I couldn't. So,
And what year did you come to Manhattan to set your foot into the theatrical career?
Well, let's see. The first time I came here, I was like 20, and I was here like 5 years. It was in the 70s. And then in the mid-70s, after 5 years here, I decided to go out to Hollywood. And I was out there a couple of years, and I found it very sort of disastrous. I just couldn't seem to get arrested out there, so I sort of dropped out of the business. And, for like 12 years or so, I was just not, involved. And I eventually just came back east first to Louisville, Kentucky, that's where I'm from, and then Cincinnati, Ohio. And when I was in Cincinnati, Ohio, I started, teaching acting to the kids at the local boys club.
Oh, that's fun.
And it sort of escalated, me becoming re-interested. And then I was involved in community theater, and anyway, ultimately came back here to New York.
I've got Yesterday's Blues. Stroller's Players Theater presents Yesterday's Blues, and it has your picture as the star of it. You want to tell us about Yesterday's Blues?
Yeah, that's the last production I did about 3 months ago here in New York at the Actors, it was American Theater, or Actors, it's ATA, excuse alcoholic in this one. Yeah, it was a director here named Chuck Wise, who's been around 30-some years, very established directors. And there was a large cast, so they were very good actors. So, although I didn't have a leading role, as an actor,
And
role.
how did the alcoholic turn out in the play?
Well, actually, there was a character that starred in me. He doesn't say he recovers totally, but he starts making a step toward improvement. There's another character that gets me to sort of start putting my drinks down. Those are the ends-on notes of the character.
I have a postcard of you with a serious picture and with a friendly comedy picture. Which do you prefer, the serious or the comedy?
I like them both. I would say, I guess I'm more sort of serious. But then I'm a nice guy too, so I can equally do, I think, comedy and drama. So maybe I should have one picture of that displays both.
Yeah, I do. I just showed it to the people. It's a nice picture.
Yeah, I think that one picture of my name, the other sort of generally me, I think,
And here, folks, is one of the letters that James Dickson sent me. And you have a long, long history. Can you read that to us? On the back of, do you have your picture down there with all this history on the back of it and all these stats?
Are you asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you. Do you have that? Okay. It's okay if you don't have your hands out. Now here's Metro. It says ex-Louisvillian, a real character on stage and film. Tell us about that article in the newspaper.
Yeah, I went home. I used to go home once a year, the holidays. 2-3 years ago, the local Courier Journal, that's sort of like I guess, the New York Post here, the Daily News, did an article on me. It was a guy named Byron Crawford, who's the writer there. Did a really nice article. Actually, we had sort of a telephone interview there too, because I was real busy, but we sort of like this. And, we talked for a couple hours, and yeah, he did a very nice write-up. And, basically a sort of hometown boy that you had seen, but you may not know his name, sort of thing,
I have a...
talking about career and whatnot,
You sent me African Sun Times. Dickson fights back. Community mobilizes on his behalf to challenge the mainstream media's bad reporting against him. What was that about?
Sometimes I have these stumps. I sort of, I usually say, make up kind of sort of situation that didn't really happen. That's agents and whatnot. So that's not actually something that happened in the community turned against it, nothing like that. It's sort of
here's the African Sun Times winner, Best Black Actor of the Year, 2011, #1, and it's your pictures.
Yeah, I think that's occasionally, like somebody else. I'll read an article of someone else who won an award, and then you insert your picture on it. I think that was another one.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's a good way to get the attention of agents and whatnot.
Oh, okay. Have the agents been good to you and honest with you?
Huh?
Have the agents been good to you, and have they been honest with you?
I don't know. Most of them that I've met or
What other actors did you admire besides Sidney?
One of the big favorites. See, Michael Caine was one of my favorite actors. I had the pleasure of meeting him. I did some small work in, I think, A Shock to the System was the name of the film. A film he did about 12 years ago. And I met him on the set. Let's see, Michael Caine. And I like a lot of the old stars, like Montgomery Clift, Brando, of course. Richard Day, Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman. Those are my favorite.
Can people see you on the YouTube, James?
Yeah, I have a reel on YouTube. Yeah, they go to James Dickson Actor.
Go to James Dickson Actor.
James Dickson Actor. I have a couple of my reels on there.
I saw one of them. I thought you were very good. You played various parts.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I was on the other day. I was looking at YouTube and I was looking at your interview, the one with Letterman.
Oh, David Letterman and Glendora. Yeah. It was.
Your hat.
Yeah, that was a good piece. Very good piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked on there a couple times. Did about half a dozen little, what they call little small parts on Letterman. Going back to the day, I think it was around 90, 91, something like that.
What did you do on David Letterman? What did you do on David Letterman's show?
Well, once they had me, it was the cab driver strike, and fortunately, because I could drive, I got this part. But they had, I guess I was a cab driver that was getting customers, and they were asked me what was my specialty, how that was able to draw so many people somehow to my cab. And I, opened up like the glove compartment, and I had like some alcohol, and I opened up the ashtray, and I had shrimp. I served to my customers. He's asking me what was my specialty. And a couple times I did Al Roker. They used to have me stand in. Like they had once Al Roker supposedly nude on the beach, and it was sort of my body, they shot, and they had Al Roker's head inserted.
What's this? James Dickson is Brando's worst black. What?
Nightmare.
Oh, worst black nightmare. Yeah, what was that about? Number one, Dickson.
Well, occasionally I've had specials on Manhattan Neighborhood Network, and I've just come up with catchy little titles to sort of draw audience interest. And I have a friend here in Harlem through the years. He always, whenever he sees me, he always calls me Black Brando. So I sort of came up with that title, Black Brando's worst like a nightmare or something.
How does
and
he?
It was consistent with a reel. It was about a half-hour reel of various things I've done.
Oh, that's good. Is there anything else you want to tell the people?
Anything out?
Anything else? Anything else you want to tell the people?
Well, I did a film recently that's supposed to be coming out maybe sometime this year called Trust Me. I'm not sure where it was a Somali security guard in that one.
Oh.
And this film out with Tom Hanks now called what is that? Incredibly Loud and incredibly. That's an odd name. What's the one with Tom Hanks, Sandra Bullock, and little small parts as a Vietnam vet. This one, Extremely Loud, Incredibly Close, I think is the title of it.
You have. What's the future look like, James Dickson?
Well, I always try to stay positive. Hopefully, I'll join the cast of one of the new NBC, ABC series. I recently had some work on The Gifted Man, CBS show. A couple of my friends saw me on. I did a couple months ago. But
Tell me what the CBS show was?
the show called Gifted Man. It comes on, I think, Fridays. I worked 2 or 3 times on that, and my friend recently saw an episode I was in.
What part did you play?
Well, a hospital clinic, and I was a patient. I was in the, the clinic. So he came in there with a cold, and
What?
I think it was aired around Thanksgiving, yeah, and it is with many of us having dinner with the doctors and the medical staff. Well, this great big Thanksgiving meal.
What's the name of the show? What's the name of the show?
Gifted Man.
Gifted Man.
Yeah, a Gifted Man.
Uh-huh.
So on, I think Fridays around 8 or something on CBS.
Yeah. How did you and Glendora meet each other?
Me and Glendora meet each other. I think I was a fan of your show. I looked at your show all the time, and I think I called you. Because we never actually met. It's funny, but I see so much of your shows, and then I look at you on YouTube too. But mostly, I tend to check out your show every weekend.
Well, James Dickson. James Dickson has been very, very nice to me, folks. He will call me up at 8:30 a.m. on Thursdays and tell me if my show is on and how it's being played. He's been very helpful that way. Thank you, James Dickson.
Oh, yeah, okay. Thank you, Glendora, for having me doing your thing on me, a piece there on me.
Okay.
Always a joy.
Oh, yeah. All righty. Take care, and may the Lord bless you and keep you.
And the same to you.
Thank you, dear.
Okay.
Bye, James.
Bye.